Welcome back for today's college football pick video play. If you guys are interested in getting all of our college football picks for this week's action, you can get those over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. Heading into this one, I want to talk about this matchup here between FAU and UCF, give our lean on where we see the better value on the over-under. That total number sitting at 76 points, which is obviously a very high number and not completely unexpected with these two types of offenses that tend to speed things up a bit going against each other. FAU, they've opened the year 2-1 overall, which is where they'd expect to be at this point, losing on the road against Oklahoma and then wins in their last two outings against Air Force and BCU, which is an FCS opponent. But FAU, they had very high expectations coming into the year and certainly still expected to be the front runners and clear favorites to win Conference USA, but they haven't looked quite as solid as many were expecting coming into 2018. That's why they stand 0-3 against the spread. They opened up with a bad showing against Oklahoma, losing that one by a final of 14-63. They followed that up with just a 6-point win over Air Force, a final of 33-27. And then this past week, not able to completely run away with things against an FCS opponent, taking down BCU by a final of 49-28. And now Florida Atlantic obviously getting a really tough matchup here this week on the road against UCF, but a good preparation game in the non-conference as they get ready to try to get things going in a better direction before heading into Conference USA action, again, where FAU is expected to have a lot of success throughout conference play. And today, the Owls taking on a UCF team that is expected to go on and win the AAC. So it's actually a pretty interesting situation, these two teams within the state of Florida. The front runners to go on and win their respective conferences, one Conference USA and then the other one being the AAC. And since you put the AAC at a higher level than Conference USA, not a surprise to see UCF coming into this one as favored by almost 2 touchdowns. Now, the Knights, so far this year, they've only played in 2 games. They had their game this past week on the road against North Carolina canceled due to the hurricane situation, but they opened up with a nice 56-17 win on the road against UConn. And then in their last outing, maybe not looking quite as dominant and able to separate with a big number offensively as you'd like to see a team like this against an FCS opponent, but still getting the job done at the end of the day, winning by a final of 38-0. And to put this total into perspective, we have it at 76 points. UCF against a FCS opponent, a lower tier college opponent, they only put up 38 points in that victory. If they duplicated that performance here today against FAU, a higher tier competition, and the Owls matched that number, so each team scoring 38 points, that would get us up to this 76-point number. So if one of these teams falters just a little bit, that certainly opens up the door for a great shot at hitting the under. And we feel like there's enough margin of error and a bigger margin of error to the underside than hitting the over 76 points since it's such a high number. So with that being the case, we're going to go ahead and side with the under 76 as the better value play. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our college football picks for this week's action over at stumpthespread.com. Link down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for future videos.